Firefighters are still trying to get control of a big wildfire near Durango, Colorado. The Vallecito fire is growing by about 100 acres every day. It is getting closer to Miller Mountain. Right now it's burned about 1,000 acres overall. Firefighters are having a hard time stopping it because there is so much dry brush fueling the flames there.
We may finally learn by tonight if the Albuquerque's zoo fee increase will stay in place or be tossed out. City councilors are scheduled to vote on another zoo fee proposal this evening. Back in September, the mayor raised the cost from $7 to $10 for adults and kids and seniors to $4.50. Now, it was in support of millions of dollars in deferred maintenance projects at the zoo. Some city councilors say the mayor did not have the authority to impose the hike, so they wrote up a new proposal to change the prices again. This proposal would raise adult tickets by $1 and kids and seniors would pay $3 again. We'll keep you posted.
Later today, police in Santa Fe are going to try to find some surveillance video that shows a number of cars and businesses getting their windows smashed. This all happened this weekend near St. Michael's Drive and Pacheco Street. Police say whoever did this threw rocks to shatter the windows at the Double R Design Studio, the Republican headquarters, hair salon, and more.
The landscaping, etc., through a variety of business windows, possibly residents, and also through the glass on vehicles in the area.
That man had his business's windows shattered just like the others. Police don't know exactly how many people did this, but they do not think they stole anything. The man who investigators say they caught with a lot of pot on an Amtrak train here in Albuquerque is out of jail right now. Police say they found marijuana in Harrison Evans' suitcase on Saturday. State police were searching the train before it left Albuquerque, and they say they asked Evans about his luggage. At first he said he had just one bag. Then another rider said no, Evans had two, and police say that's where they found 25 bundles of pot.
You're not permitted to leave the county of Bernalillo, state of New Mexico without permission of the court. Maintain contact with your attorney if you have one.
Evans bonded out of jail yesterday with those rules from the judge. And a repeat drunk driver is in jail right now on yet another DWI charge. Bernalillo County Sheriff's deputies arrested this man, Tony Anaya, on Saturday, saying he was driving on the shoulder of the road, nearly smacking into a curb. Investigators say at first Anaya said he had 2 beers, but later admitted to drinking 2 bottles of vodka. Deputies say they even found a pint of vodka in Anaya's pocket that was half full. If he's convicted, it would be Mr. Anaya's 4th DWI.
One customer's trip to the store takes a turn for the worst. Albuquerque police say he was stabbed by an angry customer. Mac Wells is now charged with aggravated battery. He faced a judge yesterday. According to a criminal complaint, he was highly intoxicated when he walked into this Walgreens on Montgomery Northeast. Employees refused to sell him alcohol. Police say when Wells walked out of the store, he bumped into a man and stabbed him in the stomach.
The allegations are very serious. What I'll do is I'll continue the bond at $100,000 cash only.
Detectives used surveillance video to track down Wells. Now in the video, police say you can see the handle of the knife sticking out of his pocket. This morning, police are searching for a missing man. Juan Martinez is 30 years old. He's about 5'9" and weighs around 160 pounds. This is a picture of him here. He has several tattoos. Martinez was last seen in the area of Atrisco and Bridge Southwest Saturday evening, but could now be in the city of Bernalillo. If you have any information about his whereabouts, please call police. A suspicious death in northeast Albuquerque is now being investigated as a full-on homicide. Bernalillo County Sheriff deputies responded to a home on Ranchitos Northeast Friday afternoon. That's where they found 33-year-old Elizabeth Rodriguez dead. The OMI determined her death was a result of a homicide. No word if they have any suspects in the case yet.
We could learn more today about what happened to a hiker who died in the Jemez Mountains this weekend. State police found Thomas Ilg's body on Saturday morning. He went for a hike on Friday. Investigators think he fell off a 100-foot cliff. They say Ilg was an experienced hiker and was familiar with the area. Thomas Ilg was 54 years old and he worked at Los Alamos National Laboratory since 1996. Well, if you know where any old abandoned wells are in Carlsbad, the city there would love to hear from you. Workers are trying to go around and fill these wells, but they're having trouble finding all of them. The city promised to do that after little Samuel Jones fell into a well and died back in March. They don't want that, what happened to Samuel, rather, to happen to any other kid. Such a sad story.
Yeah.